over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Pentagon. Hexagon. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Pentagon. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Pentagon. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Pentagon. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Again. Line. Triangle. Square. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Again. Line. Triangle. Game over. Again. Game over. Again. Line. Game over. Again. Line. Triangle. Game over. Again. Line. Triangle. Square. Game over. Again. Game over. Again. Line. Triangle. over. Begin. Line. Line. Square. Game over. Begin. Line. Line. Square. Pentagon. Hexagon. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Pentagon. Hexagon. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Pentagon. Hexagon. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Again. Line. Triangle. Hexagon. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Game over. Again. Line. Game over. Again. Game over. Again. Game over. Again. Line. Triangle. Game over. Again. Line. Triangle. over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Hexagon. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Pentagon. Hexagon. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Begin. over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Pentagon. Hexagon. Game over. hexagon. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Square. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Pentagon. Hexagon. Game over.
Damian Ramos will try a 32-yard field goal to try to put LSU on the board first. High snap. They got it down and it's blocked. Georgia stuffs it. And now here comes the run back. If this stands, it's going to be about a 95-yard touchdown.
It will stand. LSU is acting as if it was an extra point. The ball is alive.
Chris Smith takes it coast to coast for Georgia.
Watch how LSU reacts.
Jalen Carter's the guy that's going to get it, I think. He had 2 blocks last year.
No one covers. Motion, in motion. He looks. It's free. Why not pick it up?
Gene Steratore. It's all good, right, Gene?
It sure is, Brad, and a great and very alert play by Georgia. It's a scrimmage kick. It falls in the same category as a punt. Now, if it clearly comes to rest and no one is in the area, then the officials will blow it dead. Here, Smith does a great job. He waits for it just to almost become dead, realizes everybody else is slowing down, picks the football up, and look at the result. Great alert play by Georgia.
What a smart play. It was in its final series of just rocking to a stop.
100,000. Everything on the line, and here we go. Jake Moody sends it away. Xavier Johnson back deep. He'll get a shot. Brings it up from his 5-yard line. Continues to run, and he'll get close to Jigba. Second down and 10 of the 19. Here's Stroud looking again. Throws, and he finds his receiver on the far side, written out of bounds. Close to that first down marker. And it was caught by Cade Stover defensively for the Wolverines.
Well, this defense has got to be able to stop the run and put pressure on the quarterback with their safeties over the top. That puts an immense amount of pressure on their interior. Mozzie Smith, to be specific, he's got to be a huge player in this game. And then Mike Morris, how effective he's going to be, did not play against Illinois a week ago. He's their best pass rusher. And in the secondary, how they defend Marvin Harrison will be a big point throughout the game.
Third down and 1 at the 28. And they'll run it with Mayan Williams. He picks up the first down. Gain of 5. Junior Colson with the tackle. Ohio State getting to the line of scrimmage quickly. First down at the 33. Williams remains in the backfield. And a flag.
False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That's Paris Johnson Jr., the left tackle.
Now, when you start trying to increase the tempo a little bit and go at a quicker pace, sometimes those offensive linemen, they just get a little head start. There you see Paris Johnson, that little flinch, and it's called, and they'll move back 5 yards.
That'll make it first down and 15 at the 28. And here's the handoff over the right side. It's Xavier Johnson. Johnson with running room picks up a first down and more as he gets close to midfield. That's a gain of 19. Chris Jenkins with the tackle.
Well, Xavier Johnson has some explosive ability. He had a long touchdown run against Indiana in this stadium just a couple of weeks ago, about 70 yards, and shows a little movement there as well.
Buckeyes stay on the ground. This time it's Traynham. And Michael Barrett with the tackle. They need as many running backs to contribute as possible.
Well, and there's Chip Traynham. He's a transfer from Arizona State. There was a linebacker basically to start the year. And now he's moved back to running back where he does have some history throughout his career. And they've been trying to get him healthy because Travion Henderson is not healthy. So not playing today, and it'll be running back by committee, in particular with Mayan Williams also nursing that leg injury, Gus, like you stated earlier.
Second down and 7, near side throw caught. Close to another first down for the Buckeyes. Emeka Egbuka this time, and he's had a sensational season. He's close, about a half-yard short.
And speaking with Brian Hartline, the wide receiver coach, before the game, he said Emeka is feeling as healthy as he has been in weeks. So expect him to be a high producer here today.
Opening series for Ohio State. Third down and 1. Stroud backing up, throws to the far side. Marvin Harrison Jr. made the catch with one hand. Wow. 19 yards.
He's open when he is not open. That's the mark of a great player. Coverage all over him. This is DJ Turner in coverage. And watch Marvin. He's going to fight right here and then just drop out and catch it with one arm. That's sensational stuff.
First and 10 to the 25 for Ohio State. And they'll run it. Traynham slicing through the Michigan defense. Gains 7 yards. Mozzie Smith, Michael Barrett combining. But Ohio State on their opening series having no problems moving the ball.
And remember, this game has not been played in this stadium since 2018, Gus. And you can see it, you can feel it in
the corner. 7 yards. Mozzie Smith, Michael Barrett combining. But Ohio State on their opening series having no problems moving the ball.
And remember, this game has not been played in this stadium since 2018, Gus. And you can see it, you can feel it and sense it from this crowd. I'm actually wondering why Michigan deferred after winning the toss. You would not want to put this offense on the field because they are getting this crowd into it early.
Second down and 3 at the 18. And they'll hand it off. Traynham, stutter step, gets through the hole, down at the 5. A gain of 12.
Great block on the outside. That was Xavier Johnson, who had that little reverse earlier. And Trainum comes in here getting really his first touches of the season in the game, doing a great job.
Ohio State again on the ground, not as much this time. As Trainum stacked up at the line of scrimmage, Rob Moore. First man to him.
You know, last year Michigan did a great job of holding Ohio State to a couple of field goals and red zone possessions. One of those possessions was a first and goal opportunity. You know, watch for Michigan to pull out some new defenses and maybe some tricks on defense and try to force Ohio State to settle for a field goal. They would just think that was a huge win. When talking to Jesse Mentor, the defensive coordinator.
11th play of the drive that started at the 19. Second down and goal at the 5. Stroud underneath. This time Stover, the big fella, leans forward and he'll get inside that 5-yard line. A 1-yard gain. Will Johnson with the tackle.
And this is a huge play. Last week against Illinois, Gus, Michigan stemmed late and forced Illinois into a procedure penalty, a false start. We'll see if they do that again here. A false start here would be deadly.
Third down and goal at the 4. Trainum remains at running back. Stroud drops back, sets, end zone. Touchdown, Emeka Egbuka. Ohio State marches down the field on their opening series, punches Michigan in the mouth to take a 6-0 lead.
They're so concerned with Marvin Harrison Jr. Watch the safety. He's going to put his eyes all over Harrison Jr. on the outside. That allows single coverage for Emeka Egbuka, who runs across the field and beats Mike Sainristil for the touchdown.
Noah Ruggles in for the extra point. And it's good. Ohio State, 12 plays, covering 81 yards. They score in almost 5 minutes to take a 7-0 lead over Michigan in the game. Fielding, ready to send it away. And this one out of the end zone for touchback. That'll bring on J.J. McCarthy. Cody Simon.
The officials are going to talk about this because the offensive lineman was the first one to touch this. Now Donovan Edwards was over there. Watch Edwards as he takes off left. Great pressure from coverages. Gus, then Purdue will go to Indianapolis and face the winner of this game in the Big Ten Championship. And don't forget to tune into the Big Ten Championship game presented by Discover December 3rd on Fox.
First down and 10 at the 28. Second series for Ohio State. Stroud out wide. He has his man Egbuka. Cuts it back. Picks up a first and more and a flag. Somebody grabbed his face mask. May have been Junior Colson. It's a 17-yard gain and a penalty coming up.
I think it was Colson. You're exactly right, as he was flying out to the outside.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 25. We'll add 15 yards to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Seems like Ohio State's strategy early is to make Michigan play out wide in space.
That's right, and they were trying to take the game away from that front seven and get their athletes going. Really, this game can come down to styles. Michigan wants to play a very specific style of football game, a suffocating, run-oriented game. They were able to do that a year ago. Ohio State wants to play a wide-open, fast style of game, and right now, the terms of the game are being dictated by the Buckeyes.
17-yard gain, 15-yard penalty from the 40 now. They'll run it. Williams to the near side, tackled at the 30. Mike Sainristil still got him, but it's a gain of 9. Michigan with no answers offensively, defensively rather, for this Ohio State offense. They're running it and throwing it.
Yeah, and this is the place on the field, in particular when they're running the ball well, where Ryan Day loves to give those token little fakes and then try to get somebody loose in the back end of the defense.
Second down and short. You need 2. Play fake. Stroud looking. And it's Fleming with the catch. Another first down in front of DJ Turner. That's a 6-yard pickup.
When this offense gets to play with a little pace, a little tempo, and on the edge, it helps their run game get going. That obviously helps their play action pass, and it also does another thing. It slows down the pass rush. Watch how clean the pocket is right now for C.J. Stroud. He's just sitting in there and being able to survey the entire field, make his decision, and then throw the ball accurately.
So far, Stroud, 7 of 8, 63 yards and a touchdown with a long of 19. First down and 10 of the 25. Another play action fake. Looking for a screen. Stroud now dances outside the pocket. Striding. Decides to run it and goes out of bounds at the 20.
Well, you're wondering why didn't he try to throw that ball downfield or even downfield away out of bounds? It's because they were setting up a screen. He had linemen downfield, Gus. He couldn't also throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. That's a smart play, and he gained a few yards right there and was able to get out of bounds.
What makes C.J. Stroud such a great player?
Well, it starts with what I just said. He makes really good decisions. He's a very intelligent player. He's got great feet in the pocket, and he's fundamentally sound when he throws the ball because he anticipates windows, and he's hyper accurate. When you put all that together with a great core of wide receivers, then you get one of the best players in America.
2nd and 5. Here's the run game. Williams tumbling. Michael Baird grabs him after a 3-yard pickup.
Well, these 3rd and shorts become so huge. Jim Harbaugh knows it. Ryan Day knows it. Buckeyes this year have not been as good converting in short yardage 3rd down situations. That's what a great offensive line can do. He calls, but his quarterback receiver 5. If he's got time, he will shred you. He's too clever, he's too smart, he's too accurate.
They'll hand it off to Williams. Stretch play. Williams with a hole. And he's clipped and taken down at the 40 by Mike Sainristil. Still positive yardage, this time 8.
This is a big play here on a 3rd down. This Michigan defense a bit on their heels, but a chance to get off the field on a 3rd down.
3rd down and 5. Williams the pistol back. Ohio State playing fast here in the first half.
And right now, Ryan Day sees that Michigan's in man coverage. You got man coverage, number 18 out there. Watch out.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Here's the handoff, looking for 5, and they won't get it. They get 3. Mason Graham keeps him from getting to the first down marker. Now Ohio State with a decision to make on 4th down and 2.
Yeah, I think the decision was made before 3rd down. That's why they ran the ball on that 3rd down. Make it a shorter try here on 4th, and the offense will stay on the field. Bigger personnel in there. Mitch Rossi, 34, checks in the game of fullback.
4th down and 2 at the Michigan 34 for Ohio State. Out of the eye. Williams the deep man. Play fake. Stroud looking. Stroud delivers. Incomplete on 4th down. Jalen Harrell in coverage. Cade Stover just for Michigan. And Edwards chopped down. Wow, nicely done. Tuimoloau. That's a loss of 1. JT Tuimoloau had the game of his life against Penn State.
Oh, did he ever? My goodness, he batted a ball down that led to an interception. He had 2 interceptions himself. One of them he took back to the house. What, he had 3 sacks in that game? This guy was a one-man wrecking crew late in that game against the Nittany Lions, and that's one of the marquee wins that this Buckeye team has.
He was named the National Defensive Player of the Week after that performance. 2nd and 11 from the 33. McCarthy under pressure, and that ball deflected. Major pressure. Zach Harrison got a hand on it, knocked it down.
Well, here's Harrison. He's going to come on the inside move. And so as he works to the inside, McCarthy's trying to throw that ball to his left, and he just gets that big hand right up at the throw spot and is able to bat it away. Harrison has been playing the best football of his life here late in the season. The pressure has been increasing. He only has 3 sacks, but Gus, his quarterback pressures have gone up and up and up, 28 now on the season, and that one puts Michigan well behind the sticks on a 3rd and obvious passing situation.
Had a chance to spend some time with Zach at the Ohio State lunchroom yesterday. What an engaging young man. 3rd down and 11 at the 33. Here's McCarthy stepping up, delivers a deep ball, and it is incomplete. Colston Loveland, the target. And that will force the Wolverines to punt it away.
Just not the style of game that Michigan is comfortable playing or that J.J. McCarthy is comfortable playing. This is a team that has to rely on their ground game. Without Corum, they haven't had much of it. The offensive line has not been as dominant as what they were able to be a year ago. And because of that, this is becoming a J.J. McCarthy game. And we're seeing a young player struggle in the face of a very raucous crowd and an intense pass rush from the opponent.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs for Michigan. Brad Robbins, a weapon from the 19. Abuka comes up, and he has it at the 21-yard line. Hayden in the backfield. The talented freshman from Memphis. Here's Stroud underneath. He has his man, and this is G. Scott Jr. with a 16-yard gain.
Well, Michigan's going to leave this area of the field wide open because they're going to just come back and blitz on that outside. Stroud again recognizes. Gus, this is what I'm talking about, intelligence. He knows where the defense is moving. When he has a beat on what you're doing, he knows where to go with the ball. That's an easy pitch and catch and an easy 1st down.
He's been going to his tight ends often in this first half. 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Stroud steps up, moving around, and incomplete. Would have been a tough catch in traffic for Marvin Harrison Jr. DJ Turner right there.
Well, he had come into this game with 99 targets, 0 drops on the year. That's his 1st drop on the year. Over 100 targets now. Certainly one that he feels like he's going to want back. DJ Turner was kind of there, but certainly Harrison can catch that in any normal circumstances, and C.J. Stroud knows it.
Disappointment on the face of C.J. Stroud. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Hayden. And Hayden gets through the hole, but Jalen Harrell is there. Hayden picking up 5.
Harrell, after that 4th down stop in pass coverage on Cade Stover, with a nice tackle on the edge there on 2nd down, and here you go. Michigan's an opportunity to try to get off the field. Again, Stroud, when you blitz him, you leave areas open. They've tried to blitz a couple of times, and they've been hurt. Do they just play with coverage, and can they get any pressure with just a 4-man rush?
3rd and 5 at the 43. Empty backfield. C.J. Stroud backpedaling near side. Incomplete, and Michigan will get off the field again. Michigan bringing pressure. Xavier Johnson, the intended receiver.
Well, it was just a 4-man rush, and really it was about Mazi Smith and his ability to get pressure. Watch as he's going to work outside, then come back to the inside. Good outside move and good strength from Mazi Smith as he's able to get Stroud backpedaling in the pocket, and then the ball just outside of the reach of Xavier Johnson, and Ohio State will have to punt it.
Jesse Mirko from the 29. A.J. Henning standing inside his own 10. This one's line drive kick. Henning lets it bounce, continues to roll. Touched at the goal line. Back-to-back 3-and-outs for Michigan. J.J. McCarthy hands it off. Running room. Donovan Edwards, who's playing with that injured hand, will pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, you see that big cast that he's got on that right hand. It's troublesome for him because he's so good catching it out of the backfield. That's one of his biggest strengths and one of the things that Michigan really uses to attack the defense. Not really available to him today. And you can see the ball security that might be an issue when he's in the interior as a ball carrier.
2nd and 8. Edwards again, and Edwards grabbed in the backfield. He'll be tackled for a loss. Guess who? JT Tuimoloau. It's Molo, like Rolo, folks. That's how they tell us to pronounce it.
Well, he's been playing terrific so far, and this entire defense has thus far. Michigan completely unable to run the ball. They've run the ball now 8 times for 0 yards. This Ohio State defense took last year personally. 297 yards rushed against them. They came in here wanting to prove a point, and they have so far.
3rd down and 9. McCarthy under pressure, back shoulder throw, caught. Cornelius Johnson breaking it, still on his feet. Cornelius Johnson spreading. Touchdown Michigan, 69 yards.
Ohio State brought the house, everybody on the blitz, and McCarthy just calmly stepped back through a little fadeaway, hits Cornelius Johnson, and then it's the missed tackle. When you send everybody, there is nobody to help. Cam Brown misses the tackle, and it's a touchdown from Michigan. My, how the tables turn on one snap. Ohio State had played brilliant defense so far today, and in one snap of the football, it all changes.
Extra point up and good. I had a chance to run into Cornelius Johnson's dad, big brother. They thought that he'd have a chance to have a big game today, and what a big touchdown. CJ all the way. 10-10. Michigan, Ohio State.
A lightning strike from Cornelius Johnson. Gets down the sidelines, and it's a touchdown, and this game just feels like it has flipped, and all the air left out of this building.
Let's go downstairs and check in with Tom.
Couldn't agree more, Joel. Tale of 2 sidelines right now. This Michigan sideline just erupted and ignited. Needed that play like oxygen. You can see the passion. On the other side, talked to Ryan Day before the game as he arrived here, and he said this team needs to execute beyond the emotion, because emotion can dictate how you play. Seeing some of that tension now creep into that sideline in terms of body language and the way players are communicating with each other. First moment, a real challenge here for the Buckeyes. They stress their toughness as a new form of their identity. We'll see how that manifests, guys. Being tested now.
Oh, certainly tested, Tom, and that's when teams have to rely on their leaders. And who's your leader? It's C.J. Stroud. This is the type of series he's got to come out, be sharp, be focused, and be accurate with the football.
He'll start from his own 30-yard line. Train him in the game at running back. Train him. Breaks it up. Train him with room. Train him finally goes down. After a gain of 24 yards, Rod Moore with the saving tackle.
Boy, when you pop a run like that, this is when Ryan Day loves to get in the quick tempo and start to take shots down the field as soon as he crosses the 50.
1st down and 10 at the Michigan 46. Stroud. Sideline throw. Whoa, what a throw. He just dropped that into Marvin Harrison Jr. An 18-yard gain for number 18.
You can't cover this much better than Sainer still does, but that's just a perfect throw and a great catch from Marvin Harrison Jr. That's what makes them so dangerous as a quarterback-wide receiver battery. Stroud's accuracy is off the charts, guys. I mean, this guy is hyper-accurate and plays with great anticipation.
Harrison, 2nd catch. Train him. And Michael Barrett with the tackle after a 4-yard gain. We saw this during the Penn State game. Ohio State at Penn State. 2nd half, they came out and scored on 1 drive in 3 plays. It was just like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, this is a team that really excels in punches and bunches. So you can steal a boxing reference from you. It's an avalanche of points where they can get going and then 2, 3, 4, 5 series in a row, potentially score a touchdown. It's a rhythm offense, and they certainly seem to have it now.
2nd and 6 at the 24. And a flag.
False start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Well, you talk about that rhythm, and then immediately DeJuan Jones just flinches at right tackle, and that will take you right out of that rhythm. And again, Ryan Day loves to get the ball on the edge, use the quick tempo, try to get to the stretch zone running game, and then take shots down the field. But when you get backed up behind the chains, you can't do that.
2nd down and 11. Stroud guns it underneath and broken up. Incomplete. Intended for Ibuka, but Rod Moore got a hand in there, dislodging the football.
Good coverage from Moore. Physical at the point of attack. Good look from the ump cam right here as he looks back, and right when the ball arrives, Rod Moore arrives at Ibuka, and he causes the incompletion. And here we go again, right? They move the football down the field, Gus, and then yet Michigan has a chance to get off the field if they can get a stop here on a 3rd down.
3rd down and 11 at the 29.
Michigan's calling a timeout here.
With 5:46 to play, Michigan uses their second timeout.
32nd timeout.
Ohio State with all 3 timeouts remaining. Tomorrow on Fox, we've got a huge doubleheader. First, Tom Brady and the Bucks take on the Browns. Then in America's Game of the Week, the Rams battle Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. It all kicks off at 1 Eastern. Check for the game in your area. We saw Patrick Mahomes type last week.
Yes, we did.
Gosh, Caleb Williams for USC.
He was special last week in that win over UCLA, and some guys that played at these 2 programs, Ohio State and Michigan, that have excelled in the National Football League, and in this game specifically last year, guys like Aiden Hutchinson. You know, it's these 2 programs just so rich in NFL talent.
Xavier Johnson checks in the backfield for Ohio State on 3rd down and 11. C.J. Stroud with time. Sideline throw incomplete. That one high for Emeka Ibuka. So on 3rd down and 11, Ohio State coming up empty. And they'll bring on Noah Ruggles to attempt a long field goal.
Well, they didn't get the pressure on him, but the coverage was excellent down the field. And again, that's Jalen Harrell. This is an edge defender. He's got coverage on the tight end on a 4th down, and then there on the outside against Ibuka, and he forces him into a field goal.
So Noah Ruggles into attempt one from 47 yards away. Got it up. And he nails it. Noah Ruggles. Big time kick of 47 yards. The pistol back. McCarthy to throw it. McCarthy looking. Throws deep. Got a wide open receiver. Cornelius Johnson sprinting. Touchdown Michigan. 75 yards. They said the kid couldn't throw a deep ball. Boy, last week had a 2-touchdown game against Indiana in the first half.
Check out this route. Here's Johnson right on your screen. He's going to give a little outside move before he goes to the post at the top of his route. He's working right here. See that outside move? That is great stuff. Cam Martinez, number 13, bites on the outside move, and Cornelius Johnson is wide open. Back in the backfield, the pressure came up on the edges, and McCarthy did a great job of stepping up in the pocket and then finds Johnson, and now back-to-back plays, 69 yards, 75 yards, and Michigan in business. No bigger plays than the last 2 for Cornelius Johnson in this matchup on this stage.
Here's Xavier Johnson. It's the sideline. It goes out of bounds at the 10. A little pushing and shoving going on, as usual for Michigan. Ohio State. Just ask our Charles Woodson. He and David Boston got into it. Yard line. Stroud to Ibuka, and a first down. Ohio State. A gain About 15 yards, DJ Turner throws him out of play.
And again, it's the same blueprint for Ohio State. Attack the perimeter on first down. Get yourself going in this series to try to get some rhythm. Now, what's taken them out of rhythm has been some false starts. This offensive line now under an immense amount of pressure, I'm sure, from their coaching staff to get in there and play clean.
First down and 10 at the 36. Train on the edge. They'll rumble forward and get to the 43. Michael Barrett with the tackle, gain of 7.
I mean, Gus, we do so many Michigan and Ohio State games. It's just like they come out of the woodwork, right? It's like, okay, so now it's Chip Trainum's turn. You know, like he's got one carry all season before today, and now all of a sudden he's like the featured back in the game to 11-0 squads. I love every moment of this.
You're 100% right. 2nd and 3 at the 43. Fake the reverse. Stroud setting up, looking, delivers, and it's caught. Fleming. And Fleming holds on to the football. He's had a case of the drops at times this year. Gains 15. Will Johnson knocks him out of bounds.
Watch him at the top of the route, work all the way back to his quarterback. Ball's not there, ball's not there. So what does he do? He comes all the way back, runs through the football back towards his quarterback. That is an excellent job of playing detailed wide receiver on the outside.
Ohio State quickly into Michigan territory. Stroud winds up, throws a deep ball sideline. Caught! Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvelous! 42 yards. Ruggles, extra point, and good. Ohio
Michigan, and Stroud makes them pay. Watches Michigan's going to try to blitz, but they do it from the safety position way deep. Gus, that's called from depth. You're never going to get all the way to the quarterback, and Stroud knows as soon as that safety blitzes, he's got one-on-one coverage on the outside and delivers an absolute dime to Marvin Harrison. Watch at the top of the route. A little nudge to create separation. There it was on Jamon Green, and he's able to create that separation, and then the beautiful throw from C.J. Stroud right in the perfect spot, and Harrison extends into the end zone.
Last 4 possessions for these two teams. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown. First half. Roman Wilson ready to receive. Crowd back in the game now for Ohio State as Donovan Edwards picks his way forward and picks up 4 yards. Steel Chambers with the stick.
Boy, this Ohio State defense, I got to tell you, you can just tell the energy and the focus in that defensive front 7. They are dead set on not allowing Michigan to run the ball, in particular with how that game played out a year ago. They have been flying up to the line of scrimmage.
Cornelius Johnson with 156 of Michigan's 193 yards. And the run. Edwards trying to get outside. And he'll get close to the first down. Zach Harrison hauls him down. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Well, now we're going to see that linebacker. Gus, I told you a linebacker was warming up with their running backs before the game. Number 20, Khalil Mullings, checks into the game. He's 6'2", 230 pounds. Last time he played running back was in high school. Practiced some this week. They think he's a very smart player, can understand the system even on 1 week of practice. And here in short yardage, here he is.
Mullings comes into the game now at running back. Khalil Mullings. 3rd down and 1 at the 34. They give it to him straight ahead. I don't think he'll get it. That Ohio State defense tightening up. Tommy Eichenberg playing with 2 broken thumbs. The leading tackler for the Buckeyes plugs up that hole.
These linebackers flying in. Watch Steel Chambers and Eichenberg coming from that 2nd level, and they're unblocked. They're able to scrape in there, and they're the ones that contact and tackle Mullings, who could not get his momentum going. That is a huge stop for the Buckeye defense.
And Ohio State uses their first timeout here in the first half. Steel Chambers in on the play as well. And there's no player tougher on this Ohio State team than Tommy Eichenberg. Here's a man playing with all kinds of pain and injuries.
2 thumbs that are basically broken. Tommy Two Thumbs out there.
I like that. Tommy Two Thumbs.
You can see they're all wrapped up. But man, this dude, I'm telling you what, I thought he was absolutely snubbed by the Butkus Award. He has over 100 tackles, has been one of the best linebackers for Ohio State, which had a great turnaround, obviously, defensively under Jim Knowles this year. And you can see why he's so important on that last short yardage play.
So Michigan will not go for it on 4th down. Emeka Egbuka back at his own 20. Brad Robbins punting from the 20. And here's Egbuka with the fair catch. And he has it. 46-yard punt. They can come up with points at the end of this first half. Stroud out wide again, and Egbuka takes his eyes off the football and drops it. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
Boy, it was just kind of a slow game for a while right before those touchdown plays that we saw. And here, Egbuka, you know, this is a huge part of their game plan today. Get on the perimeter with their athletes. Make it a track meet. There, Egbuka just takes his eyes off the ball.
Ohio State with incredible speed on their offense. 2nd and 10 to the 20. Trainum looking, and he'll get through the hole. Chip Trainum tackled by Junior Colson after a 6-yard gain.
Well, this is the point in time where Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator, has to make a decision, right? I mean, Marvin Harrison just proved that he can beat you in a hurry if you take away one of those safeties. Mike Morris not on the field right now. Remember, he was banged up, didn't play last week against Illinois, and now Minter. What I see right now is that there is a safety over top of Marvin Harrison almost every single snap. But here, they'll play single safety, Gus. He's got one-on-one on the outside against true freshman Will Johnson.
3rd down and 4 at the 26. And this one deflected, incomplete. So Ohio State will have to punt. Mirko. Henning waiting. He'll have it. Henning straight ahead and finally brought down as he crosses the 30-yard line. A 46-yard punt and a 5-yard return. Xavier Johnson with the tackle on special team. So 3rd down and 2 at the 41. Here's McCarthy. Another flag.
Before the ball was snapped. False start. Offense number 6.
17 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's McCarthy. And another flag.
Before the ball was snapped. False start. Offense number 52. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
J.J. McCarthy to the sideline. And bobbled and caught out of bounds goes Cornelius Johnson. This one sent away. Egbuka comes up to field it and has it at the 25. C.J. Stroud, 17 of 26, 191, 2 touchdowns, and that's the end of the first half.
That's what has allowed those big plays to happen for Michigan's offense.
In the backfield, McCarthy to throw on 1st down, guns it to the sideline. Ronnie Bell, and he makes the catch.
Now, this is one of the points of emphasis for Michigan is try to attack these corners. They feel like the Ohio State corners might be the weakest part of their defense. And so they're coming out, and it was early in this game, and now it has been often, trying to attack that exterior, knowing that they don't have Blake Corum. And now it's going to be incumbent upon Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator, to adjust. But so far he hasn't. Lots of linebackers in the game. And look at the low safeties. Everybody committed to stopping the run.
2nd and 5. Here's a handoff. Edwards, and he'll go nowhere. Nicely defended by Ohio State. Tommy Eichenberg, or Tommy Two Thumbs, as you called him, Joe Clapp.
And he's coming in there rocking. Watch the ball handling, though. Look at Edwards, almost dropped it. Remember, he's suffering from that hand injury as well and is playing with a cast. And the ball security there on 2nd down was not what he wanted. And there's Tommy Two Thumbs coming in the backfield with a great tackle.
3rd down and 5 at the 30. And they'll run it for the first down. Edwards slicing through. Looks like he has it. Let's see. Tyleek Williams with the tackle.
Didn't get it. They'll go for it here. It's 4th down.
Big crowd at the line of scrimmage, and now a first down. A 2-yard gain for Michigan.
Well, that was a huge call by Jim Harbaugh. Gives it to Donovan Edwards. One thing I'd be worried about giving it to Donovan Edwards in those short yardage situations, he clearly doesn't want to keep 2 hands on the ball. He wants to secure that ball just with the one hand that is not injured, but they go for it on 4th down with Edwards, and they're able to get just enough push to move the chains.
First down and 10 at the 36. C.J. Stokes comes into the game now. At running back for Michigan. McCarthy steps up in the pocket with running room. Throws on the move. And incomplete. That one thrown low for Roman Wilson.
Well, Wilson had a step. He's the fastest Wolverine on the field. And as McCarthy broke the pocket, he had his eyes downfield, and he had him. He just shorted the throw a little bit. That would have been a big play for Michigan, obviously, on this first series of the second half.
2nd and 10. C.J. Stokes remains in the game. Here's McCarthy with the quarterback run. McCarthy still moving. Look at J.J. McCarthy gets out of bounds at the Ohio State 45. That's 19 yards the hard way.
Well, the run game has just not been there for Michigan, so now they're going to have to try the quarterback run. He's certainly got the ability and now the toughness. Look at him here. There was no way he's sliding feet first there. Puts his head down, initiates, what is that, 8 more yards after the initial contact before he goes out of bounds.
J.J. McCarthy, partner, correct me if I'm wrong, he's a 4-4 guy as Ronnie Bell gets tied up. First down and 10 to the 45. Play action. J.J. McCarthy lobs it wide open. Caught at the 10, 5, touchdown, Colston Loveland. 45 yards.
Man coverage to try to stop the run. Safety is going to be man-to-man on Loveland. He's going to come up, and then he's going to wheel onto the outside. Watch as he breaks this route, and they get caught up, he and Johnson, but then he's able to get some space as Ransom overplays it, and then he's wide open. Beautiful throw, and then he dives for that front pylon, and it's a touchdown for Michigan on another big play. Gus, that man defense is not working for the Buckeyes.
Extra point is good. Michigan's 3 touchdowns, 75 yards, 69 yards, now 45 yards. Colston Loveland. The Wolverines have the lead once again.
Fact that takes him there.
On first down, Buckeyes will run it with Chip Trainum, who gained 3. Chris Jenkins with the tackle.
Trainum has now become clearly Ohio State's best option at running back, or at least the one that the coaches feel most comfortable with. Trainum now almost 10 carries, 9 carries, 67 yards. He's been effective. Remember, Travion Henderson not available, not going today.
2nd and 7. Stroud underneath, caught for first down. Marvin Harrison Jr. in front of Mike Sainristil. Seems like this Michigan defense, Joel, is just trying to keep Ohio State in front of them.
Yeah, and they gave up the one big play on the touchdown to Harrison Jr. and in a play in which they tried to blitz from way deep as a safety rod more. But other than that, they've tried to play a little bit safer with safeties back, not give up those big pass plays, and allow their front 7 to try to stop the run.
First down to the 42. Here's the run again. Trainum. And Trainum just carrying Michigan Wolverine defenders with him. Michael Barrett had to hop on to make the tackle. That's an 8-yard gain.
Boy, that is a physical run. You can tell Trainum. I mean, he is a big fella. He's got some speed, and he's got a lot of experience running the ball. He weighs 230 pounds.
Second down and 2 at midfield. Whoa, train him. Just ambushed in the backfield. Michigan. That's McGregor. Harrell. Loss of 1.
Now a short yardage third down situation. Ohio State was able to punch it for a first a few different times in that first half. We'll see if they can here.
3rd and 3. Ohio State 4 of 9 on third down conversions. They pitch it to Traynham, trying to get outside, and he will not. No gain on the play. Mike Sainristil, Junior Colson tracking him down, and Ohio State will punt it away.
Well, watch Colson. He does a great job of staying outside. 25. Look at him. He works outside, and then he's forcing Traynham to go wide. Sainristil is there, and that's just great effort from those two players. Support players out of your defense. Gus, I can't stress enough, one of the most important parts of playing defense is setting the edge. Having guys that will keep their outside arm free and not allow a ball carrier to get outside, and Colson did an outstanding job.
Jersey Mirko sends it off. A.J. Henning ready to return. And he has the fair catch inside the 15. 1st and 10 of the 13, McCarthy. And that one batted down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Once again, Zach Harrison getting a hand on the football, his second deflection of this game.
I mean, how often, Gus, we've called how many Michigan games this year? How often do we see Michigan this many series in a row just throwing it on first down? You know, normally they come out and just try to establish that run, try to suffocate the opposing defense. But here, this is the J.J. McCarthy show today.
2nd and 10. The winner of this game advancing to the Big Ten Championship next week in Indianapolis. McCarthy. And incomplete. Well defended. Denzel Burke knocks it out of Ronnie Bell's hands, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
And in particular on this point of the field, this is where if you're Ohio State and Jim Knowles, you've got to play a safe coverage. You don't want to go man-to-man. They've been burned too many times here. Good man coverage by Denzel Burke on Ronnie Bell, but Bell almost got back to this ball. Watch as he's trying to come back shoulder. Got to keep your safeties deep here. Those big plays have killed Ohio State. We'll see if they adjust.
3rd down and 10 of the 13. McCarthy looking, checks it down. Donovan Edwards, and he won't go anywhere. Tommy two thumbs, baby. Tommy Eichenberg.
This guy is one of the best linebackers in America. Having a great season in there. Terrific pass coverage out on the outside. Watch, he's coming from the right side of your screen. He's all over Donovan Edwards. Man coverage again from Ohio State, and they tried to dump it off to their back. Edwards, who's explosive out of the backfield, but Edwards had nowhere to go because of Tommy Eichenberg.
Brad Robbins will punt it away from the 1. No pressure. Ibuka comes up to field it. And he has it inside the 50. Great field position to start for Ohio. Best starting field position for Ohio State today. C.J. Stroud backing up over the middle, and it's caught out of the backfield. Traynham still running. Hits the sideline and goes out of bounds at the 25. Chip Traynham, the Arizona State transfer.
There's flags in the backfield. I think they're going to get Donovan Jackson on a hold. Chris Jenkins put a great pass rush from his tackle position, and he looked like he had a free rush there at C.J. Stroud. There's also flags deep in the defensive backfield near side at the 10-yard line.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Both will be enforced. Holding, offense number 74, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 88. The kind of last half the distance to the goal. First down. It's number 88's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
No 88. Got to think that that's 18 that they're calling that on. Marvin Harrison. Possibly it's G. Scott. Watch G. Scott here. This is the hold. Donovan Jackson. That's the hold on Jenkins. And then at the end of the play, I thought Harrison, okay, here's G. Scott. 88. Oh, yeah, a headbutt out of bounds. And that's clearly, and Ryan Day knows it. He sees the penalty come out, and he says, get him out of here. The mistakes have really hurt the Buckeyes. We've seen some false starts, some mental miscues for this offense that have slowed down series. And now, Gus, first and forever.
35 at the 27 for the Bucks. Here's the pitch. Trainum. And Trainum will gain a couple of yards. Mozzie Smith hauls him down.
And remember, this series started on the plus side of the 50. The defense did a great job. They played the field position game. They got the ball on the plus side of the 50, and now they're way behind the chains.
Stroud directing traffic, dumps it off underneath. Caught by Marvin Harrison Jr. It's a gain of 13. Colson Barrett combining on the tackle. Brings up a third down and 19 yards. Here's Stroud looking. Stroud. And this ball caught by Trainum at the 44-yard line. Sanders still with the tackle. Gain of 13. Fourth down, and Ohio State looks like they're going to punt it away.
And Stroud doesn't like it. He was trying to tell him stay on the sideline. He felt like they got there in position where they could go for it here on fourth down, but Ryan Day, as he did on the previous series, is going to try to play the field position game. Watch Stroud here. He comes up to the ball and he's thinking, okay, we did enough. Stay over there. Stay over there. I want to be. We can do this. And nope. Ryan Day runs out. Jesse Mirko.
From the 44 and a flag.
Illegal snap. Offense number 94. 5-yard penalty. Remains fourth down.
Gus, this Ohio State team is playing really tight right now. Lots of miscues. This entire building right now, there is a fear factor ruminating from these fans right now. You can feel the tension in this building as Michigan has played well here in the third quarter.
24-20 Wolverines. Mirko gets it away, takes a bounce, and trickles into the end zone for touchback. J.J. McCarthy to throw it. Rolls out of the pocket. McCarthy looking. Throws on the move underneath, and it's caught by Donovan Edwards. We pick up 7 yards on the play. Let's show you some highlights from J.J. today.
Well, you talked about that passing game. In large part, it's due because Ohio State is just daring them to throw the ball. That man coverage, not a lot of safety help. Here, McCarthy, beautiful ball right down the middle of the field. Cornelius Johnson, his second touchdown of the game. Here, a beautiful job of stepping up in the pocket. Loveland was wide open right down the right sideline.
Second down. Here's McCarthy again, looking for the first down, and he has it as he gets pushed out of bounds by Steel Chambers. He gains 5.
So in the run game, they have to use the quarterback to equate the numbers because of how many resources Ohio State is committing. And they're going to have to throw the ball, in particular on first down, get themselves into advantageous spots. J.J. McCarthy now 3 passing touchdowns of 45-plus yards. Guy's playing his heart out. You know, we said early in this game, Gus, that it was going to be on J.J. McCarthy because Corum's not out there and they can't run the ball. Number 9 was going to have to play his best, and he certainly has so far.
First down at the 32. McCarthy winding up, now runs it again with that speed. He'll slide down short of the line to gain in front of Steel Chambers. It's a gain of 9.
What I like about his game right now is that he's making really good decisions. You know, the ball is not going in a precarious spot. He's not throwing it wildly. When he decides to run, it's the correct spot. He's getting himself down there. Now 2nd and short. Michigan can really get creative if they want to on a play call like this.
2nd down and a yard. Edwards, 1st down and more. Donovan Edwards plowing forward. He gains 12. Lathan Ransom with the tackle.
Well, that's more of what we would expect out of Michigan's offensive line. Big hole off that left side. Look at this, guys. These guys coming down at you, and they didn't even have anybody to block in there. There was an extra lineman in. That was Trinity Jones, number 53, lined up as the tight end. Oluwatimi in there as well, the center. Gus, I think he's one of the best offensive linemen in the country. He's certainly been fantastic for them as a transfer from Virginia, set the tone and made them maybe even a better offensive line than what they were a year ago.
1st down at the Ohio State 47. Edwards breaks a tackle, slashes forward, keeps his feet, and goes down about a yard short of the first. A 9-yard gain. Ty Hamilton got a hold of it.
Well, now what you're seeing is the first time today that Michigan has been able to establish a rhythm on the ground without Blake Corum. Now this half, in the 2nd half, Michigan establishing themselves with 60 yards rushing so far. Remember, Ohio State was going to have to back off to stop those big plays. And now we see run, 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 run. 4 in a row. Nice rhythm from this Wolverine offense.
2nd and 1 at the 38. McCarthy, play fake. With time, delivers down the field, incomplete. Andrew Anthony, the target. Looks like there was some confusion on the route for Anthony. Turned the wrong way. And that'll bring up 3rd down and short. Denzel Burke covering.
And Ohio State got a little pressure on that outside. But he was trying to give an inside move, then get outside. But Burke had help inside, so he was able to maintain his outside leverage. And that's why Anthony could not get loose out there.
3rd down and 1. Mullings comes into the game at a running back. Number 20, the deep man in the I formation. And they'll give it to him. And he'll throw it! Oh, caught! Inside the 25. Luke Schoonmaker. A gain of 15.
Are you kidding me with that play call? How about the courage from Michigan and Jim Harbaugh? They move a linebacker to running back this week and then let him throw a pass? Holy cow, Schoonmaker wide open. And then he jumps up. It's like a Tim Tebow jump pass for a 1st down. Watch Mullings. Jumps up, delivers it. Wow, 1st down Wolverines.
From the 23, Donovan Edwards back in the game. Here's Edwards with a hole. And Donovan Edwards will gain 6 yards. Hickman with the tackle. Michigan starting to grind it now.
Well, this is starting to remind me a little of late in the game last year, where Michigan's offensive line just started winning the line of scrimmage. And now what you're seeing is that on all these 1st down runs, they're gaining Gus 5, 6, and 7 yards. And that's exactly what Ryan Day knew that he had to avoid. Because now in the 2nd half, this game has turned from a track meet, which it was in the first, to the grinded-out, slow style of game that Michigan wants to play here on this series.
9th play of the drive that started at the Michigan 20. And the handoff straight ahead to Edwards. He runs into a pile led by Eichenberg.
Massive 3rd down. Ohio State has to force them into a field goal opportunity here. Michigan's offensive line has been winning on this series.
3rd down and 3 at the 16. As the Wolverines break to the line of scrimmage. McCarthy in the shotgun. Remember, he's got great wheels. McCarthy hands it off. 1st down, Donovan Edwards. Running over that left side. These offensive linemen for Michigan now starting to get great push.
Well, you got great down blocks, and then watch Loveland, the freshman tight end. That seal right there on the edge, that's what Edwards is able to just creep inside of and find himself across the line to gain for a first down, and they don't give it to him.
They do not. Will do that.
The chains are all screwed up on the opposite side. Now they do give him the first down.
First down for Michigan. At the 12. Play clock winding down.
Jim Harbaugh is livid, and the reason is because the down box on the far side, Gus, never changed. So if you're Michigan, you don't know, like, is it a first down or is it not? That affects the play call, obviously. So Harbaugh is yelling and saying, hey, listen, I don't know what down it is. And then once you change it, you didn't reset the play clock to 25. This is what he's upset with right now. Normally when there is something going on that's afoot, let's say, on the field, the official will pump his hand to the sky. Like, you know, the old school, like, raising the roof, if you will. But that means, oh, hey, reset the play clock to 25. In a game like this, those timeouts are valuable.
Very valuable.
So they have to burn one there on what is essentially a first down play. This Michigan offensive line and their play caller, Sharon Moore, a lot of credit in the second half, don't you? They stuck with it. They've gotten physical, back to their roots. And thus it's paid off on this series.
We talked about halftime adjustments. There's Sharon Moore, first-year co-offensive coordinator. They gave Michigan back the timeout. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. 24-20. Michigan leading Ohio State on the road coming up. The fourth quarter. It could be epic, folks.
Third quarter.
First down and 10 at the 13. Edwards. And Edwards will go nowhere. He'll lose yardage on this play. Eichenberg in there, as well as Teron Vincent.
I think what you're going to start seeing is Ohio State go back to the defense that they were running early in the game, Gus, where they were committing all their resources to stopping the run and leaving one-on-one coverage on the outside. That led to big plays for the Wolverines, which means at some point here in this downset inside the 15, McCarthy's going to have to make a tight window throw. Look for Ronnie Bell at some point in this downset.
Second down and 11 after the 1-yard loss at the 14-yard line. Ronnie Bell in motion. He'll line up at the top of your screen, and a timeout called by the Wolverines.
First of the half. 30-second timeout.
It should be noted after that confusion to end the third quarter, Gus, they did officially award Michigan that timeout back. So this one that Michigan takes is the first of the second half that they've taken.
Let's go downstairs. See what Tom Rinaldi has.
Well, we talked about the tension on one side of the field for Ohio State. On the Michigan side, Mike Sanders, one of the leaders of this defense, up on the bench, exhorting his teammates around him as they head into this fourth quarter. One of the things he did, he pointed across the field and said, that's who we thought they were. That's who we thought they were. The next message he delivered, if you all want to win the Natty, it starts right here. Great energy on the Michigan bench. A lot of tension. Almost feels like Ohio State guys is trying to be two opponents to execute, to defeat the tension, and then defeat the Wolverines as well.
Thank you. Sanders, a converted wide receiver, excelling on defense this year. Second and 11 at the 14. Play fake. McCarthy in trouble. McCarthy on the move. McCarthy throws it and incomplete. Great pressure by the Buckeyes. Ohio State, one thing you know about this team, they're going to fight until the very end.
Well, there's no doubt about it. That's a great pressure by Jim Knowles, the defensive coordinator. He sends the safety Lathan Ransom as well as Zach Harris in the end. And really a great athletic play from J.J. McCarthy to not take the sack and actually get that ball away to create this third down.
Third down and 11 at the 14-yard line for Michigan. 13th play of the drive. Edwards right next to McCarthy. Here's McCarthy dancing, fires in the corner, and incomplete. And a flag. Ronnie Bell at target. This is going to be pass interference against Ronnie Hickman.
He definitely arrived early, had never turned his head around, and interfered with the ability to catch it.
Pass interference. Defense number 14. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
As Bell goes up to try to get this ball, you see all the contact there early. Hickman was beat. That's why he never gets his head around. Bell was wide open, but because McCarthy had to get loose in the pocket, rolled to his left just a little bit, and McCarthy's loving it, and Michigan will have a first and goal from the 2.
First down and goal at the 2-yard line. Donovan Edwards, the deep back. Edwards looking, and he'll go nowhere. Great defense by Ohio State. Hickman makes up for it, leading the way with the tackle.
And you can just see that Edwards, from a ball security standpoint, is just not right. He can't get that second hand on the ball because of that thumb injury. So the short yardage becomes harder, and Edwards will actually exit here. Isaiah Gash now in the game, number 41.
Gash, a junior from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
He was the hero last week on that 4th down completion against Illinois.
Second and goal. They lose a yard from the 3. McCarthy rolling. McCarthy looking, fires, incomplete. Colson Loveland, the intended receiver. Ransom in the vicinity. Brings up third down and goal.
They'll bring the speed players back on the field. 3 wide receivers entering the game. Edwards also entering the game. If they spread it out here, Gus, watch for the quarterback draw. Michigan had a play earlier in the game. They sent 4 receivers one way, 1 the other. That's when that draw opens wide up.
Third down and goal at the 3-yard line. Can Michigan pay it off? J.J. McCarthy, he'll run it with a lead. Touchdown, Wolverines! J.J. McCarthy, what a day. 3 touchdown passes. Now he runs one in. And the Wolverines take a 30-20 lead.
He actually ran right past his offensive lineman. When you're a ball carrier near the end zone, sometimes you just got to be your own blocker. Watch as he passes Keegan, 77. He's just like, get me in there. Lowers his shoulder. That one was against Hickman, it looks.
And it's good. 15-play drive for Michigan. Covering 80 yards. J.J. McCarthy punches it in. The Wolverines eat up 7 minutes and 51 seconds. On first down, C.J. Stroud looks backside with time, dumps it off, and whoop! Voracious tackle. Michael Barrett brings down Mayan Williams.
This Michigan defense has been able to play soft coverage with safeties back. They've been able to control, not stop, but control the run game and then fly up and make tackles on the perimeter. And right there you see the reaction after the physical finish from Barrett.
2nd and 9. Stroud. C.J. Stroud bounces out of the pocket, throws on the move, and it is Fleming with the catch on the sideline. Great catch for Julian Fleming. He gains 7.
Works back to the ball again, got that foot inbound, secured it. It's an excellent catch on the outside. Good protection. I think they will take a look at this just to see exactly when he secured the ball and where that foot was in relation to the sideline. Again, it's all about when he actually controls the ball. Then you move to a foot. Control sure looks like a foot to me. So as long as that toe wasn't touching the sideline, looks like that one would.
Here's C.J. Stroud, and it's knocked away, incomplete. McGregor once again, and McGregor has knocked down 2, maybe 3 passes in this game. That brings up a 4th down. What will Ohio State do?
They're going to run the punter out here, and this is an interesting decision. We just saw Michigan go on an 8-minute drive. 11-point deficit. I don't know how many possessions Ohio State and Ryan Day can expect out of this punt. I know that it sounds crazy, but Gus, I think that the modern style of football would tell you that they should probably go for it here.
Jesse Mirko. He's run the ball from his punting position this season. Kicks it away. And fair caught at the 27.
Good field position for Michigan after that series in which they were able to really establish themselves on the ground, and there's a flag down.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, kicking team number 8. The 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down.
Gus Johnson along with Joel Klatt. What a game.
It's been a heck of a game, and this sequence right here, this is for Michigan, this is what you would want, right? Establish that run game and then have a possession in the 4th quarter to really go and choke the life out of this game. And the punt there from Ryan Day, interesting, because this is clearly a nod to his defensive coordinator that he just hired this offseason. He's trusting Jim Knowles and that defense right now to try to get this ball back, but you can see what that penalty did, Gus, in terms of field position now well across the 40-yard line.
First down and 10 at the 43. For the Wolverines, up 31-20. And McCarthy looking. McCarthy goes deep. Incomplete, but a flag. Cornelius Johnson, once again the target.
Ransom was in coverage, arrived too early.
Defense number 12, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
How about Michigan airing it out, just letting their quarterback try to go out and win this game? Johnson goes up, clearly contacted, easy call for the official, and a ball that J.J. McCarthy threw just a bit underthrown, and that led to that contact from Ransom on Cornelius Johnson.
So Michigan now with the football at the Ohio State 42. First down and 10. Donovan Edwards straight ahead. 3-yard gain. Well,
now it becomes an offensive line deal. Okay, so the second half now, this offensive line has established themselves. This is the pace and the terms of the game that Michigan wanted from Jump Street. Now, they didn't get it, and they were able to stay with Ohio State in that track meet, which was vital, because now, once they've established this run, they're out there trying to choke the life out of this game here late with 11 minutes to go with those 5 guys up front.
2nd and 7. McCarthy gives it to Edwards. He slides and loses his footing. Zach Harrison there to bring him down, a loss of 1.
Here's another 3rd down. It feels like we've been in these situations all day long, both sides, Ohio State and Michigan. We'll see if Jim Knowles tries to pressure J.J. McCarthy. One thing that we do know is that they love to target Ronnie Bell in these situations, number 8, and McCarthy is dangerous with his feet.
Third down and 8 at the 40-yard line. McCarthy runs it himself. McCarthy. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Nicely done. J.K. Johnson, the sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri, makes the tackle.
That was a bit of a cautious call there from Michigan. They just go with a straight zone read. If they just attach a little bit of a go route to Ronnie Bell, he's going to have a one-on-one on the outside, and now the corner would have to make up his mind. Are you coming up to defend the run, or could you go back and defend the pass? And how about this field goal attempt, Gus, from Moody from way downtown?
This will be a 57-yard field goal attempt for Jake Moody. He's the Groza Award winner. 54 is the career long. No good. Wide left. 9:21 to go. Here's a handoff to Hayden, the freshman. He gains 3.
You can see that run game in the second half just hasn't been there like it was in the first half. And Michigan is doing it with their safeties way back. So that's the reason why it's hard to just throw it out to the outside on those quick routes like they were able to do to establish rhythm, as these corners are way down. See, Gus, the corners can play down in coverage like that because of the safeties up over the top.
2nd down and 7. C.J. Stroud over the middle. Incomplete. Harrison, the intended receiver. Moore. Once again defensively for Michigan.
They felt like Moore arrived early. Here's Harrison on this in-breaking route. They really love this, and Moore's trying to play the ball, gets in there. They don't get the call. Stroud wanted it right there, but again, with those safeties back in that zone coverage, Gus, all the eyes are on the quarterback. He definitely has equal rights to that ball. As long as he's making a play there, they're going to let that contact go. Probably a great no call from the official.
3rd down and 7. I bet you this is 4-down territory for Ohio State. Here's Stroud. Underneath, cut! Ibuka! And Ibuka down at the Michigan 15. Mike Senra still with the tackle. That's a 43-yard gain for Ohio State.
Well, the safety split way wide, and where does that leave? It leaves the seam route wide open. Ibuka is able to get over the top of the second-level defender, and it's a completion.
Here's Stroud again. Look at Stroud backs up. Stroud just fires it out of bounds. Second and 10. 8:21 to go.
Jesse Minter, this defensive coordinator, first year at Michigan, replacing Mike McDonald. He's put together a really good defensive plan, in particular in this second half.
Second and 10 at the 15.
Plus, they got to get to Marvin Harrison Jr. He's their best player on the outside. He's the one that's got to make the plays at the bottom of your screen.
Here's Stroud with a handoff, and it's Trainum bulldozing. Trainum down at the 10. Barrett with the stop, 6-yard gain.
Well, I talked about those 4-point plays, and Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator, talking about how do I have my 4-point play calls. That means I've got a chance for them to force a field goal here. And he's got to pull something out of the bag that Day has not seen, that Stroud has not seen. Some sort of blitz, pressure, or coverage that is unique to this game.
Third down and 4 at the 9. Stroud under center this time. Stroud looking. Stroud in the end zone. Incomplete. Stover was the intended receiver, but Mike Sandristil, the converted wide receiver, breaks that up. And that brings up 4th and 4.
They were trying to sneak the tight end from the right side all the way back to the left. And he had a lot of space, but Mike Sandristil with the makeup speed, and then at the catch point, look at him play the ball perfectly. Goes after it with his hand and just knocks it away from Cade Stover in the end zone.
So Noah Ruggles, good today from 32 yards and 47 yards. This one from 27, and it's good. So Ohio State takes the 3 points, 31-23. 7:23 remaining in the fourth. Folks, this is the game, number 2 versus number 3. And it looks like it's going down to the wire. 31-23, Ohio State sends it away. And Roman Wilson lets it go over his head. Here's Edwards with a lane. Donovan Edwards down the sideline. Gets past Ransom. Donovan Edwards. Touchdown, Michigan, the Don.
Ohio State in man coverage all day long. Watch this. Ronnie Bell or Cornelius Johnson there can just run off his defender, which means there's no one left. And all they got to do is seal the linebacker. Oluwatimi, the best center in college football, gets it done on Tommy Eichenberg. He gets to the second level, and then it's just Edwards, and he's in a foot race.
Extra point good. That's the 4th touchdown of 45 yards or more today by Michigan. So Moody kicks it off. How does Ohio State respond with 7:11 to go? Down 38-23.
Maturity and physicality that he has come out here and played fantastic.
Here's C.J. Stroud, and he completes it on the far sideline. Xavier Johnson gains 5 yards as D.J. Turner wrestles him down. Second and 5. Stroud underneath, and it's caught. Ibuka picks up 11. Rod Moore drops him.
Well, this offense is having to right now operate as fast as they possibly can. That's the obvious. Defensively for Michigan, you cannot get beat deep.
Here's C.J. Stroud again. Swings it out, and it's Xavier Johnson. Junior Colson keeps him in bounds. 6-yard gain. Clock's continuing to run. 6:14 and counting.
If I'm the defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, I'm shouting at the safeties the entire time. Deeper than the deepest. Make sure that nobody runs past you. Keep everything in front.
Second and 4. Johnson jitterbugging. Johnson picks up the first down. Page with the tackle.
Just forcing him to snap it time and time again, and it's been inbounds and just the clock rolling away now inside of 5:45.
Stroud delivers. Ibuka with the catch. And Sainris still with the tackle. It's a gain of 6.
He will try for Jesse Minter to get some fresh pass rushers out there. Now McGregor on the field.
2nd down and 4 at the 40-yard line. Ohio State moving quickly. C.J. Stroud delivers, and this time it's Fleming. Stays in bounds, picks up extra yards. 12-yard gain.
Well, they're moving the football. They're doing a good job, in large part, Duke, because Michigan just trying to keep everybody in front. But at some point, they've got to take a shot here towards the end zone.
From the 28, C.J. Stroud looking. And Stroud again to the sideline. Another first down. This time it's Marvin Harrison Jr. A 12-yard gain. With 4:50 remaining on the clock here in the 4th quarter.
And these defensive backs just playing well off of these wide receivers as McCarthy looks on, rallying up to try to make the tackle, more importantly inbounds.
Stroud guns it. And incomplete. No flag on the play. Ibuka the target. Sainris still defensively. Mike Sainris still, folks, a converted wide receiver this season. He's had an all Big Ten first team type year.
Coming across, gets that left hand out in front of Ibuka, is able to just get enough of that pass, and Sainris still again. And by the way, he's taken the position of a first-round defender from a year ago, Daxton Hill, who was an excellent player, and now just a converted wide receiver is going to come over and play that position. They haven't missed a beat. He's been sensational all year.
2nd and 10 at the 16. C.J. Stroud to throw it. Stroud now rolls out of the pocket. Directed traffic. On the move. Incomplete. Ibuka looks like he slipped in the end zone in front of D.J. Turner. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Ibuka had a moment where if he just settled down, he would have been wide open, but he kept moving outside toward the sideline there in the end zone. And because of that, Stroud couldn't find him as he was trying to keep him more to the inside.
3rd down and 10 at the 16-yard line. 4:27 remaining. C.J. Stroud goes through his progression. Stroud just throws it forward, and it's intercepted. Taylor Upshaw just plucks it out of the air, and the Wolverines have the football. That's the first turnover of the game.
This is a defense that has not gotten a lot of takeaways this year, but none bigger than that one, as Taylor Upshaw is going to take a picture with his teammates with the turnover buffs on the sideline. Stroud, as he steps up in the pocket, he knows that a sack is just, it's a killer in this situation. He's trying to make a play, and watch as he tries to flip it to Xavier Johnson, but it's just behind him a little bit. Xavier Johnson bats it up in the air, and that's what allows Upshaw to take that ball away. And Michigan has come in here and just quieted this crowd.
4:18 to go. They'll run it again with Edwards. A 6-yard gain. Michigan closing in on 4 minutes. 38-23. The winner of this game advances to the Big Ten championship.
I mean, what a great game this has been. And Michigan in this second half, Ryan Day has got to be feeling like he's witnessing the same game all over again, because this feels so similar to a year ago in Ann Arbor, Gus, when the run game just started to churn it out and the defense was able to just make enough plays, in particular in the red zone, and that's happened here again in the second half.
They'll run it again with Edwards, and it appears that the team with the most rushing yards is going to win this game for the 21st consecutive time. Michigan really plowing through the Ohio State defense in the second half.
And look at what they've done in the last 2 years. This offensive line, last season, 188 yards in the second half, over 9 a pop. Today, 152 yards in the second half, over 8 a pop. And this is what's going on, and it started with a fourth quarter speech from Mike Sainristil, the converted wide receiver. 8-minute drive, punched it in. That was 10 rushes on that one. Sainristil himself with an incredible play to knock that one away from Cade Stover. And then this was the lightning strike, Gus. Donovan Edwards, the long touchdown run that really Michigan hadn't gotten a long run all day long until that carry from Edwards, and here we are.
Wolverines doing it without their star, Blake Corum. Here's the run again. Donovan Edwards. Whoa! Can they catch him? No! Donovan Edwards again, 85 yards. The Don, 2 huge touchdowns, and the Wolverines go up 44-23.
What a second half. Wow. I tell you what.
Complete domination for the Wolverines over their arch rivals, the Ohio State Buckeyes, here in the second half. Extra point good. 45-23. Another look at Donovan Edwards.
Gus, when you've got nobody deep, you have got to be gap sound. And when you're not gap sound, this is what happens. Oluwatimi hooks the tackle, and at that point, boom, it's gone. That's what a great offensive line can do.
Edwards, 205 yards rushing this half. Remember, at one particular...
That big boa constrictor came out from Michigan, and they just squeezed the life out of that Ohio State defense.
But it all goes back to philosophy. The philosophy of this man. Intellectual brutality, power football, tight ends, running game, going away from the current state of college football in which teams want to pass it 54 times a game. Jim Harbaugh has stuck to his roots, and here's a man that they wanted to run out of Ann Arbor during the COVID year. The entire fan base turned on him.
And when that happens, what do? You go back to your roots. And he changed this entire program. This entire program. Now they're going to move to 24-2 since that COVID year. And Gus, think about it. You know, he was starting to flirt with the RPO spread offense a little bit. They were running, you know, a defense that maybe wasn't his favorite structure of defense. And then he faced adversity. People calling for his job. And what did he do? Went back to his roots.
Yeah, he went back to his roots, all right. He called his brother.
He did that.
He called his big brother.
And he went back to his own offensive roots. He said, we're going to run it. We're going to run it with tight ends, extra linemen. And you know what? I'm going to run my brother's defense. And when you play Michigan, now you play the whole Harbaugh family. You get that Baltimore defense. You get Jim's offense. And look at that. They're coming up with a sack late.
This time, it's Oki. Yabi Oki, the Alabama transfer.
Well, this has certainly been a great performance for Michigan. There's no doubt. But I got to say, Ohio State has been fantastic all year long.
They certainly have.
Coming into this game, Gus, they had won every single game by double digits. They've got a terrific win in the non-conference against Notre Dame. And I know that there's going to be a nervy wait here for Ohio State fans, but I do think
this may be a fumble. Hold on, partner, as the officials take a look.
Looked like he was, Gus, on Yabi Oki when that ball started to come loose, when he lost control. As they were spinning down to the ground, didn't it look like he was, watch this, see how he's never on the ground.
The ruling on the field was the runner's progress was stopped. This is not a reviewable play. Third down.
Okay, so they didn't just call him down, but the progress was stopped. Non-reviewable there. You start looking at Ohio State's chances now toward a playoff picture, and they certainly, they've got a couple of really good wins and good non-conference.
Over the middle, incomplete, and an interception. Makari Page, and Page comes up with the loose ball. Second turnover of the day for Ohio State, and that will do it with 1:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Michigan coming into Columbus. They haven't won here since 2000.
To 12-0 for the first time since they won the national championship back in the late 90s.
McCarthy, it's been a coming out party for him this afternoon in the biggest game of his life. 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. The Michigan defense has played excellent in the second half. And don't forget, coming up on the Coca-Cola College Football Extra, join Mike Hill and the guys with plenty more coverage of all of the day's action right here from the shoe.
Boy, we just couldn't have had 2 different halves of football. Gus, that was completely different, wasn't it, than what we saw in the first half?
Yes, it was. Blake Corum in the game. He started and he will end it. 54 seconds and counting. The Michigan Wolverines executed, playing power football in the second half. Well coached. Dominant. And that will do it. The final score from Columbus, 45-23. Michigan. For 100,000. Everything on the line, and here we go. Jake Moody sends.
Super hexagon. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Game over. Begin. over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Pentagon. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Triangle. Pentagon. Hexagon. Game over.